spiritual people out there, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I want to first give a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel during our hiatus. We took some time off, but we are back now today with a pick a card tarot reading. Now, if you haven't seen one of these pick a card readings before, let me just explain how they work. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. And I've got some images on top of the piles. It's up to you to pick a pile that most resonates with you, the pile that is calling out to you the most. And I will be giving those 3 readings within this video. I will also be pulling some Lenormand cards as well as some runes for you guys. So first things first, we're going to take a deep breath together. And you can pick your pile depending on the images on top, or you can go to the description box below and look at the timestamps, see if any of the timestamps have one of your lucky numbers, or just pick the pile that is calling out to you the most. You can also pick more than one pile if that is what feels right to you. If you still need some time to pick a pile, feel free to pause the video here. And without further ado, let's get into this video, starting with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. Today's reading is going to be about a message that you need to hear right now. And this message could be coming to you from an ancestor, from a spirit guide, from the universe, or from your higher self. So first we're going to put down 3 tarot cards for you guys, and I'm using the Dragon Tarot here. I'm just going to shuffle on camera. Message that you need to hear right now. So, message that you need to hear right now. You've got the 10 of Cups reversed, the 7 of Swords upright, and the 10 of Pentacles reversed. And so we've got 2 10s reversed here. So numerology for you guys here, 10 usually stands for the completion of a cycle. These cards being reversed immediately tells me that you are very close to a goal that you want to achieve, or you're on the right path to a goal that you want to achieve, and yet there's a block in your path. And so let's find out what that block is. So let's start off with the 10 of Cups here. And in this specific tarot deck, the 10 of Cups upright stands for perfection. This dragon is a fish in its water. It's in its natural habitat. And so this card really embodies the energy of flow. You know, everything's going nice and smooth. This being reversed tells me that that flow is being interrupted by a block. And same thing, same kind of meaning with the 10 of Pentacles reversed here. The 10 of Pentacles, now the Pentacles are about, the suit of Pentacles are about material belongings, while the Cups are about emotions. There's both a desire for emotional harmony and material harmony. Now the 7 of Swords upright here, in the middle of these 2 cards, tells me that this is what is signifying the block that is preventing you from achieving, you know, the abundance, both materially and emotionally in your life. And immediately when I see this card, I think of the emotion fear, especially with it being underneath the painting that you chose, which is the clouds. And so it's almost as if the path to abundance is being clouded by an emotional block, and that emotional block is fear. And so the message here might be to address this emotional block that is standing in your way. And on top of this, we are going to add some oracle cards that are going to shed some more light on the situation. And we have here Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. The ever unfolding rose, it cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. When I see this card, the ever unfolding rose, when it says it's happening for you, not to you, it might be that you are experiencing something difficult and it feels like the events that happen in your life are happening to you. And you may not be able to see why the things are happening the way that they are happening now. But usually in hindsight, you are able to see that even the bad things that happen, you know, everything has a silver lining. Everything happens for a reason. And in hindsight, you might realize that if not for these rain clouds that have blocked or have clouded out the sunshine for a moment, if not for this moment, you would not have something else in the future, whether that's gratitude for the times that are sunny or something a little bit more concrete. For example, you might lose an opportunity only to come across a better opportunity in the future. And connecting this with the Seven of Swords here, this fear, this emotion of fear, it might be that you are transitioning from one stage in your life to another stage in your life, another stage where you are going to be able to achieve everything that you want to achieve. But in order to make that transition, we have to change, and there are some things that we have to let go of in order to reach out for new things. So you might be afraid to let go of what you need to let go of in order to transition into this new stage of life. And the two cards here are reassurance. You know, you have the Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. You know, you have your spirit guides behind you, you have your spirit team behind you, and here we just have reassurance, especially when reverse cards come up. I always believe that the reason they are reversed, like them showing up reversed, means that they could be upright. There's just something stopped, there's a block, there's something stopping these two cards from being upright. But they're there, which means that there's potential to reach this emotional harmony and this material abundance. And so these two cards reassuring you, you know, if something bad in your life is happening right now, it's happening for you, not to you. And again, just some reassurance. You are not alone on your path. You are being guided by your spirit guides or by your spirit team or by the universe. So you have some reassurance there. I'm going to be pulling now one more oracle card from a different oracle deck. This one wants to pop out. And we actually have two that slid out of the deck here, so we'll take both of them. And the first card says L'Ange, reversed. L'Ange in French means the angel, and this being reversed, and I'll read you what it says up here, says difficulté, souci, attente. So there's difficulties, obstacles ahead, and a wait. And this might be the block in your path, the thing that is stopping you from getting to where you need to be. There might be a long wait ahead, there might be some obstacles that you need to overcome. But the angel card also encourages you to be optimistic. It doesn't say that it's impossible. It is absolutely not impossible for you to reach this state of emotional and material abundance. There's just a little bit more of a path that you have to go through in order to get to where you want to go. And we'll flip over this other card here. Oh my goodness. And so this is la créativité, which means the creativity, and I'll read you what it says up here, what I just said. It says obstacles, difficulté matérielle, so material difficulties, and slowness. So again, just what I was saying, there might be a long wait ahead, there might be some obstacles that you need to overcome, but again, this is reassuring you that you are on the right path, there is just a longer journey ahead of you than perhaps you might have thought in the beginning of your journey. But you are definitely on the right path to reaching whatever that goal is. And that's the message that I'm getting for you, is that even though you might be facing some obstacles, that does not mean that you are on the wrong path. That just means that you have some obstacles to overcome in order to reach the goal that you need to reach. That's the main message I'm hearing for you. I'm going to pull some Lenormand cards now, and I'll pull 2 of those. And so here we have the heart, and here we have the tree. Now the tree is all about growth. It's about personal growth. It's also about being grounded. And the heart is about love, obviously, and as well as all of these positive emotions that we might have: friendship, gratitude. Oh, the message that I'm getting here, I'm kind of getting that these positive emotions are the thing that enables the growth. And so again, going back to what I said when I was talking about this card here, this optimism, you know, one of the things that's going to help you grow is to continue to try and raise your vibration and be more optimistic and feel that love. Self-love is popping into my head here. Having that self-love, self-compassion, as well as, you know, friendship, that gratitude. There may be a friend that could help you achieve what you are trying to achieve, is what I'm hearing. And also remember that you are in the process. You are in the middle of a process of growth. And so, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Everything takes its time. But eventually, you know, you grow from this tiny little seed into this large, powerful, and strong tree with these very powerful roots. And so the everything in the message here is all about process. It's all about the fact that just letting you know that there's a process that you have to go through in order to achieve what you are trying to achieve. And that's okay. Everything is fine. You are on the right path. You just have to keep at it and keep surmounting those obstacles. Keep going on your path. Keep going even when it's cloudy. It's not always going to be sunny, but that doesn't mean that, you know, at the end of your path you are not going to reach, because you are going to reach this emotional and material abundance. That's what is at the end of this path. And so the message here is of encouragement. Just keep at it, keep going, don't give up. Be a little bit more optimistic. Feel that self-love, that self-compassion. Be a little bit more kind to yourself, because these things take time. And so now we are going to pull, I'm going to pull 2 runes for you guys. And these are my obsidian runes, and we will see what message the runes have for you. Now this rune on the right here is Uruz, and Uruz upright, it's reversed here. Uruz upright is about strength and speed. So this being reversed here tells me there's that indication of a long wait. There's that indication of things being a little bit more slow. The word inconsistency is also popping out to me here. You know, things might be a little bit slow if we are being inconsistent with the progress in our path. So this is just another indication of that long wait. It's interesting that we mentioned inconsistency here, because this rune is Othala, and this is also reversed. And this upright, you know, one of the things that it signifies is order. And so this I mean, it also means other things, but that's popping out in significance to me because this being reversed lets me know that it kind of matches with the inconsistency message here. There might, like, a disorder. There's kind of a disorganized energy. So one of the obstacles that you might be facing is this disorganization, this lack of order, a lack of consistency. And that might be the obstacle that is standing between you and your goals. And so that might be, you know, a message here about being a little bit more organized, being a little bit more ordered, a little bit more consistent with the progress towards whatever goal you are wanting to achieve. But overall message, just be reassured that you are on the right path. It's a long journey. That's okay. You will get to your goal eventually. And so that is the overall message for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If this really resonated with you, leave a like down below and feel free to comment down below. And if you want more videos just like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We've got lots of fun stuff coming up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, Pal 2. Welcome to today's reading. Today's reading is all about a message that you need to hear right now. And so the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to pull you 3 tarot cards from my Dragon Tarot deck. And so this is all about a message you need to hear right now. And this message could be coming from your spirit guides, your ancestors, the universe, your higher self, and even perhaps a deity that wants to reach out if that is your thing. Oh, and that one really popped out of the deck. All right, so immediately the card that popped out is the Chariot, and this is a major arcana card. It's upright, and this card is all about being in control, being, you know, charging ahead, you know, being assured in our path. There's a very confident energy around this card. One of the main energies of this card is an energy of victory. This card could also signify travel, and this not necessarily physical travel, but also this could be indicative of a spiritual journey. So let's see what other cards you have here. Ooh, you have the 2 of Cups reversed here, as well as, oh wow, the King of Swords upright. My goodness, if this is confident energy, this is twice as much confident energy. This is all about strength, assuredness. The King of Swords is a person who is very commanding, very assured within his path. So we've got 2 very confident cards here on the edges, and now the 2 of Cups in between these 2 cards. The cups are a suit. In the tarot deck, they often symbolize emotions, and the specifically this card, I'm getting a kind of yin and yang energy. You've got the 2 dragons that this woman is painting, and so this being reversed, and also the number 2, it's an even number, it's a balanced number, so this being reversed indicates to me that something is not balanced. We've got and I can immediately see where the unbalance is coming from. And these 2 cards here of these 2 characters that are very strong, very commanding, which is a great virtue to have, but if it's taken to an extreme, that might become tyranny, or and the oppression of the opinions or the suggestions of others around you. And so immediately what I'm getting with this card is that while it's absolutely great for, you know, these 2 energies that you've got going on, it's awesome to be super confident in what you're doing. I think the suggestion here is to maybe dial it back. I think specifically with the aspect of being that commanding person, I think if we are too focused on what we want and doing things in the way that we think that we should do them, we might be ignoring the suggestions of others, which maybe they are very good suggestions and we don't see them as such because they are coming from someone else and not from ourselves. And also a suggestion to not overshadow those in your life that wish to help you. That's kind of what I'm getting immediately here at first glance. And we are on top of these going to pull some oracle cards and see what they have to say. We're just going to pull 2 cards. We have Trust the Niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Okay. Immediately, the word coming to mind is our subconscious. Something that our subconscious is telling us to do. And another thing, coming back to this, I mentioned a spiritual journey here. These 2 characters indicate someone who is very, very entrenched in, victory and achievements in the mundane. Meaning, success in the material world. And this might be calling as well as this card, perhaps, because, here you have these 2 practical male energy persons who are, very abundant when it comes to materials. But this card is also about creativity. It's also about that feminine aspect of spirituality, as well as this card that, the subconscious, the spiritual, the neglecting of the spiritual in favor of the mundane, the material. So that might be another message for you here. And the next, another one, align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? And so this card, again, is pointing to that unbalance, that, there's one part of your life that is where you are, successful and you are getting what you want and you are reaching those goals. But there might be another part of your life, that more creative, that more emotional, more feminine energy part of your life that is feeling neglected, whether that's spirituality, creativity, or relationships with others. It might be 1, 2, or all 3 of those, that, these areas in your life that perhaps the message is to pay a little bit more attention to those things, especially, with this card coming up with the creativity message here. And so now I'm going to pull another oracle card for you, and I'm going to go for 1 or 2 here, and we can go for 2. And this card immediately wants to pop out. And that card just slid right out there. And so here we have, La Rue du Temps. Okay, so, and I'll just read this for you here. I'll read it in French and then I'll translate. Changement lent et progressif, occasion favorable. And that means progressive and slow change, but a favorable moment, a favorable time. And so this is a good indication. I'm getting the message here that right now is a good time for change. That came to me. And remember that change is going to be slow and progressive. It's not going to happen from one day to the next. So if, there is an unbalance in your life, it's going to take some time to correct it, but right now is the best time to start addressing, any aspect of your life that you feel is being neglected. And so this card, we have 2 cards here actually. Interesting. We'll read 3 of them then. Oh wow, you have the arc-en-ciel, the rainbow. Wow. And so I love this card because it's super positive, and this, especially with this, that, means this is a good moment. This is, a great moment. Especially, by the way, coming back to the flower, that you chose this blossoming, right with the rainbow that comes after a time of difficulty. And so I'll just read this up here. It says force, dynamisme, and sagesse. And what that means is, force, wisdom, and dynamics. So this is just a very positive indicator that, everything is going good, you're on the right path. And even though there might be a disbalance in your life, there's really no negative indicator that you won't be able to adjust things in your life. And so the last oracle deck, we have La Solitude. Oh, interesting. So what this says up here, so fear, pain, and interior and exterior conflicts. And now this being directly above the 2 card that, we mentioned means kind of a disbalance. That's kind of, and this card being on top of that, and between these 2 cards again, we have these very positive cards, and in between we have this message that perhaps this energy of, being very confident, too much confidence can lead to arrogance, and too much commandingness can lead to tyranny, and that can alienate the people around you that are looking out for your best interests if you're a little bit too overbearing upon them. And so this also indicates to me the first 2 words here, fear and pain. You may be afraid of emotional pain from reaching out, to people around you. That's kind of what just popped into my head there. That might be for some of you and not all of you. But perhaps one of the reasons why you don't reach out, for help or just for comfort for other people is that fear, perhaps of rejection or fear of people taking advantage of you. And that is a fear that, needs to be overcome in order for you to achieve a more balanced life, a life that is not just, material abundance, but also emotional abundance. Okay, so we are going to pull some Lenormand cards for you guys. Okay, now the first card you have here is Anchor. Anchor and Dog. Ooh, immediately the dog card to me, dogs are called man's best friend. And so to me, this card symbolizes companionship, friendship, loyalty, as well as a word that just popped into my head. And this anchor being with it, that is all about, for me, immediately, my first impression is the strength of friendship, the strength of loyalty. This might be, and these 2 cards showing up on top of the Solitude card, is a message that either you might need or you already have friends who are extremely loyal and extremely ready to fill that space in your life, that space of friendship, that space of companionship and of comfort. This card also signifies, not just loyalty, but also devotion, that devotion of friends, that's emotional support that you have. And this anchor is all about stability. It's a foundation, it's secure. And so these 2 cards showing up together is about that very secure, very strong friendship, that strong support coming from your, I'm hearing not just the people around you, but also your spirit team might also be that, where that support is also coming from. So it might be a dual, both spiritual and physical support here. And that has to go with the rainbow as well. These two very spiritual spiritual vibe cards. Interesting. So now we are going to pull two runes for you guys. And to top off the reading, and then we'll do like an overview. And these are my obsidian runes. I'm just going to pick some out for you guys. Okay, so immediately this rune, Ansus, upright, it's about messages and communication. And this, when this rune is reversed, it can often be about misunderstandings or about manipulations, as well as vanity. And so again, going back to that, you know, the energy of these two cards, if they're taken to an extreme, that might be causing more of a negative impact on your life than a positive impact. And so that's, again, just another indicator of that imbalance. Okay, so this other rune, this is Lagos. And that means water. There's water energy going on here. And water energy to me is also feminine energy. And so again, you have that overabundance of masculine energy and not as much feminine energy. And that, whether you're a man or a woman, we all have both masculine and feminine energy. And so, you know, this feminine energy is all about healing, creation, that sort of life energy, growth, as well as spirituality. And this can be going back to what we were talking about. There might be a neglect of the spiritual. And this being reversed is, you know, it could be confusion, as well as it can be indicating wrong decisions or poor judgments, as well as a lack of creativity. And so again, going back to this 2 card where the woman was painting being reversed, that could also be a lack of creativity, not just a lack of spirituality. This could also signify fear and like avoidance, procrastination of something. And so, and we have fear as well mentioned here. And so there could be that fear of more feminine energy aspects of your life. And so overall here, the message is that while there's a part of your life, you know, that you are very successful in, there may be a part of your life that is being neglected in favor of that other side of things. And this is just letting you know that in order to have a healthy, balanced life, we need to be paying attention to all of the aspects of our life. And that includes not just material abundance, but also emotional abundance as well. So just starting to be more aware of your spirituality, your creativity, you know, your friendships, the people around you, the people who are there to help you. That is the message for today. And again, you know, these 2 cards letting you know that it's a perfect time to, you know, start that change, and that everything is starting to come into alignment. Okay, so if you really enjoyed that reading, please let me know. Give it a big thumbs up down below, and feel free to comment if you guys want more videos like this one. I've got lots more coming up, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Let me know if this reading resonated with you. Love you guys. Bye. Hello, pal number 3, and welcome to today's reading. Today's reading is all about a message that you need to hear right now. And so first I'm going to be pulling some tarot cards for you guys. And this message could be coming from your spirit guides, your ancestors, the universe, your higher self. All about, you know, this message is something that you need to hear right now. Okay, so the first card you have here is Temperance, and this is reversed. Now this is a major arcana of major significance. And Temperance upright, as you might guess, is all about balance. This card could also signify change and the transition, as well as creativity. This being upright. Now, this being reversed tells me immediately that there is something out of balance, as well as there might be a creative block that we are looking at. And so let's flip over these other cards. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. Now this card is all about intellect and reasoning. And so again, this being reversed tells me that there's a block. Perhaps our judgment is being clouded by something, or there could be an intellectual pursuit that we are perhaps neglecting or not paying enough attention to. And we'll flip over this last card here, and we have the Six of Pentacles. Now the Six of Pentacles is all about dominion, about mastery, about success. But this card can also signify an excess of that commanding energy. There may be a message here that there is an excess in favor of material pursuits and not enough energy being put towards creative and intellectual pursuits, or not enough as there should be. We've already pulled your oracle cards. So the first card is don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? And so when I was saying before that there might be a neglecting of creative and intellectual pursuits in favor of these more material pursuits, we might be paying a little bit more attention to things in the material world, and that may be either abundance in terms of financial success, or even just focusing on our outward appearance. And so one of the messages that I'm receiving here is perhaps we are focusing a little bit too much on what other people are thinking of us and letting that peer pressure dictate what we do with our time, instead of doing more of the things that we wish to be doing. And so we might be again focusing more on the material instead of the more spiritual, intellectual, and creative pursuits that we wish to pursue. And we also have the card here, dance with life. Do something to change your energy. And so dance may be a great indication of perhaps a more creative pursuit that we might be going after. So if there are any of you guys out there interested in dance, but this can also indicate, being a little bit more creative, or searching out those more creative disciplines, things like art perhaps, and not letting what other people think or what other people may think of what we wish to do stop us from maybe exploring those possibilities in our life. And so we also have the Thunder. And so I'll just translate what this says up here. It says speed, physical and psychic growth, change, and new life. So again, that physical and psychic growth, that spirituality, that creativity, this is perhaps an indication of, I'm getting the message that perhaps we are not being as authentic. We are not showing our authentic selves. We're maybe covering it up with an image of what we think people want to see from us. And so this is just an indication of letting you know that it's okay to be your authentic self. And if you do decide to pursue, whatever it is that you want to authentically, instead of doing what other people think that you should do, that it's absolutely okay. And in the end, you're going to be better off for it. And so we also have this card that jumped out of the pile. Oh, interesting. So we have the Mermaid, and this says up here, attraction, magnetic fascination, irresistible appeal, ideas, and positive connections. My goodness. Immediately what's coming to mind is that if you do decide to come out with your authentic self and to start pursuing the things that you want to pursue instead of, you know, following what other people say or what other people do or what other people think that you should be doing, this is just an indication that by following your path, the path that's set for you, you're eventually going to see that positive outcome in your life. You are going to form these amazing positive connections with other people, other like-minded people. You are going to become magnetic within your authenticity. You know, people love people who are authentic and true to themselves and honest with who they are. So that is just, that's really, this card really sums up the overall message I'm getting here of that it's time to maybe start being a little bit more true to who you are. Now on top of this, I'm going to pull some Lenormand cards for you, and we'll just pull 2 of these. So we've got feminine energy, female energy, and this is popping up between these 2 cards, which also depict that feminine energy. And it doesn't matter whether you are male or female, we all have feminine energy, we all have masculine energy. And so this is calling out to that more feminine energy. And we'll see if it connects to the next card that pops out. Coffin. Oh, immediately the message I'm getting with this is like radical change, like almost as if the old you has passed and it's time for the new you to come to life. So this card almost kind of calling out to the death card in the tarot, that rebirth, that reincarnation energy, that, you know, it's time to let go of everything that has been pulling you back and bring into life the new authentic version of who you are. Very interesting. Okay, on top of this, we are going to pull 2 runes for you guys. So again, here we have, and I say again because this rune came up in a previous reading, but this is Lagus, and this is water energy, feminine energy. So again, another call out to that feminine energy. And that feminine energy, if you're asking yourself, you know, like, what is that all about? So feminine energy is all about creativity. It's all about creation and all about growth. It could also be about spirituality. And so, you know, we've been talking about creative pursuits. Remember that this may not just be creative material pursuits, things like dance or art, but this could also be an indicator of maybe more creative spiritual pursuits as well. And so this being reversed here, it can mean a lack of creativity. It could be procrastination, as well as maybe perhaps fear. And so this fear of expressing yourself, this fear of being you, or this fear of others seeing who you are and perhaps maybe judging you, that's what this is kind of calling out towards. And the next rune that we have here, this rune is called Hagalas, and this is all about, this energy is all about these forces of nature and about the unconscious mind. This could also be talking about completion and about inner harmony. This kind of being partnered with this rune is all about how this fear of letting other people see you for who you are may be getting in the way of that inner harmony that you will only really achieve if you start to be authentic, start to be true to who you are. You know, stop letting other people dictate how you lead your life, but rather you start leading your life according to how you want to do so. So that is the overall message I'm getting here for you guys today. That being true to your authentic self, and letting you guys know that if you do that, the positive outcomes of that are going to far outweigh, you know, any negative judgment you might receive from anyone that you may think that you'll receive it from. And so that is the message for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Let me know if you did and if it resonated for you in the comments down below. If you like this video, don't forget to give a big thumbs up. And if you are looking forward to more videos like this one, we've got a whole bunch of goodies coming up, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye.